All right, Kenman here, and today is a little nostalgia trip, a little journey back in time to an era unknown to today's world, an 80s era. Before we start, I'm not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. Well, everyone knows the world we live in today. It's a multifaceted, great action, fun, fidgety knife world. Well, if you take a step back in time, those didn't exist. And there weren't as many options and choices. And as a young kid, you could fall in love with something that you could find at a carnival. These are the two oldest knives in my collection. Can you believe it? I was up with my parents last weekend, kind of visiting, hanging out, watching some March Madness, and found these. I knew I had them. I'd just been meaning to get them and dig them out, and finally got to it. Here they are. We're going to go through Kenmans' oldest knives. Yeah, here we are. I got a fixed blade and a folding knife. We're going to move that one up here. We'll start off with this one. This is an official Boy Scouts of America folding knife. Little BSA logo right there. I was in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts growing up, and when you start off and you want to carry a knife, you have to pass a test. So you take a little class and you get a little card. And that card, I wish I could have found it, but I did not. I bet it exists somewhere. Maybe not. But it's called a totem chip. And basically you have to prove your knowledge of knives and knife safety in order to be able to carry your knife. And then it was a thing where if you broke one of the rules, you could get a corner cut off of your totem chip card and then potentially lose your ability to then carry your knife. So you had to then adhere to those rules and make sure you're being safe and precautionary. And it's nice. It's good for kids growing up, how to keep themselves out of situations where they are doing something stupid, cutting themselves. But yeah, anyway, open the knife. So yeah, this is probably a 1980 something, and these are in bad shape. They need a lot of work. But yeah, must have been mid 80s when I got these. So that's, you're gonna get some dating on my age. There you go. Welcome to life. Main blade right there. Oh yeah, that is a great edge. So it's definitely got some rust going on. I can't quite see maybe what that says. If that says, oh, that says Ulster, Ulstr right there. Okay, so that's the main blade. In here we have a leather punch or a leather awl. Wow, you can see I used that for prying something at some point. That's got a nice bend to it. Okay. And on the other side, we have the can opener and some residue falling out of it there. Nice little simple can opener. These actually work fairly well. If you've never opened a can with one of those, you should try it sometime. It's not too bad, actually. Then you've got your bottle opener with a flathead screwdriver on the end. This was one of the real basic, nice multi-tool, I guess you could call it, folding knives. You can see the action back here of that. It's not a locking knife, it's just a slip joint with the nail nicks. And then you've got this, I don't know if this is fake stag with the texture to it. Not bad though. For being totally beat up, seems like it's holding fairly well. This looks a little worse for wear right in there, but that is actually not damaged. That's just the shape of it. So it seems to be fine. Everything seems to work. It has this clip you would use on like a I don't know, a carabiner or put it on your keychain, I guess. I don't know. What's everyone think of these? Anybody have one of these? It's probably worth $1 million like this, huh? So my question is, am I ever going to use this? Not really. Am I going to be carrying it? I have plenty of knives that are great that I don't need to use this one. But on a custom channel, maybe I want to try to restore this. Anybody know about that? Little restoration project. Try to clean this up, get the rust off of it, get it back into good shape. Bet I could clean this up fairly good. Comment below if you have any thoughts or ideas or places I can start thinking about looking for, like chemically wiping up these, cleaning them up, or sanding them, or what the best method would be. I am interested. Let me know. I would like to try to maybe restore this, at least to clean it up a bit. So I'm going to do some research on that, and we'll go from there. Number 2 is a fixed blade. It looks great right now. Man, you take it out, it's might be a done deal, and I might just have to just call it. But again, this was something in grade school. I was at, I believe it was a 4th of July carnival that was in town. Came with this nice sheath. I believe this was a dart game where it was like the old school, just actual metal tip darts, and they got the balloons up on the wall, and you got to throw the darts and pop balloons. And this was the prize that I ended up taking home, and I thought this was like the coolest thing, you know, in like 3rd or 4th, 5th grade, whatever it was. This is rad. Oh, look at how rusty it is. Oh my god. What can I do to clean the rust off of this besides just throw it away? But we have this fixed blade. It's got a wooden handle. The wooden handle part seems to have held up very nicely. There isn't really any damage to it. It's got these brass, kind of the brass bolster, and then this brass back piece, which it is a little loose. I don't know how this was attached, if it's just pressure fit or if this twists on like it screws onto something. I've never tried to take it apart, so I don't know as far as restoring this, if I want to, how crazy I want to go, or if I just want to leave this all as is and maybe just try to clean the rust off of the blade a little bit. That might be the way to go, and just let it be what it is. I mean, it's been like this for so long. It feels nice though. It's kind of a nice looking cheapo prize. Got some green on there. I bet that brass or whatever, I might be able to buff that off a little bit. It says stainless Pakistan. Ooh, there's showing the quality. But this is, it looks like I pried, oh man. Look at that tip. Aww. Young Kenman, what did you do? Probably a lot. I probably pounded this into something. Who knows? As far as I can remember, I beat the heck out of this. You can see it does have a little bit of a curve up this way. Now it's curving down. But it is a double-edged blade. This is a dagger right here. This is a sharp edge on both sides. I mean, how sharp is it still? You can hear that. How could I clean this up? If anyone has any thoughts, I am going to do a good fair amount of research to try to figure out the best method to try to, you know, at least clean it up a little bit. We're not talking full restoration necessary, but I'm never going to sell these or get rid of them. They're not really worth any money. It's more of the value that I can remember being in 6th grade, running around outside with this, thinking it was the coolest dagger of worthiness, you know, like some medieval weapon that was amazing. Because when you're a kid, you know, we daydream. But this was just a fun little look at these fun old school, where it all began, right? It's neat. I suppose we could go if anybody's interested. I could maybe do a history of. I can go back because I have knives, without grabbing them all now. But I have knives that are, within the last couple of years. I have knives from different eras, mid 2000s, like the early 2000s when I was hanging out with in California. I lived out in California for 10 years, and back when like CRKT, the M16 was real big, and I had a couple of just the knives of that era, and then I have some like another one that I got from a really good friend from high school. And it's just we could go through just some different stages or decades of growth and change in the knife world and how they've evolved to where they are now. Might be fun. I don't know. Comment below what you thought about this. What should I do to try to fix these up, or should I just leave them completely as is? I think maybe trying to clean off some of the rust a little bit wouldn't be that hard to do. But other than that, I don't really need to take these apart, especially this one, obviously. I just want to try to get some maybe chemical or something I can wash this in and get it cleaned up. I don't know. It's fun. It'll just be something that I can have in the collection with all the other stuff lying all over the house. That's going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe if you would like to see more. Helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.